AfterBuzzers, welcome to an all-new after show on Siesta Keys on MTV. Oh my gosh, this is my all-time favorite show, and we are so excited to kick off episode 12, all about Chloe's crazy bash and Juliet throwing punches. What's that about? Stick around.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yes, Brandon.
All right. So, Brandon, I think you went from a C to an A.
Yes.
I am loving this song.
I like it.
I'm loving this. Guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we all just found our love for Siesta Key together, and we've been chatting about it and talking about it, having group texts about it. So we brought it to AfterBuzz. We're like, we have to have an after show because I
Obsessed.
literally am so excited to chat about it. I probably sound too hype right now. I need to tame it down, maybe a couple notches.
No, it's great.
But welcome to our after show. We are so excited to get into it tonight. So much drama, so much discuss. But before we do, we need to tell you guys where you can find us on social media. I'm your host, Ally Nasta. Find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at Ally Girl. And make sure you guys join us in the live chat. We will be checking that, and we will want you guys commenting and tweeting us all the time so we can chat with you about the show. Kiki Boom Boom, where can they find you?
Hey guys, super excited to be here. We're super hyped about Siesta Keys. Wish we were there now. Well, actually, no, because we have really good weather. Anyway, you can follow me on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom across the board.
Kiki Boom Boom.
Drew Jones.
What up? It's Drew Jones, like she just said. And you can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
All of the things.
All
Love
the
when you say
things.
that. And we also will be having Tessa Cevaal, love her,
Love
joining
Tessa.
us next week. She couldn't make it tonight. But, ladies,
Crazy.
Wow.
we're seriously talking so much throughout the show while we're watching it. I'm like, stop. We need to save it for the show.
We kept taking off our headphones. We're
Right.
like, did you
just see that? Did that
we?
just happen?
Yep.
Oh, man, but where to start? Okay, let's start with Brandon, Madison, Tarek, Canvas, and this whole drama.
Jesus.
Okay. I don't even know where to begin because there's so many pieces to this, but let's just start with Brandon. Last episode was flirting hardcore with Canvas, and Madison, so chill, love this girl. She, seriously, when you're a trustworthy girlfriend like that, you're like, I have nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like it wasn't fair the way he approached the situation. Obviously, he was drunk, and when you're drunk, you're just confused anyway. But the fact that he said he was confused when we just heard them say, I love you to each other, that was huge for me. That
hurt me a little.
It really crushed my heart.
It sucked because, okay, let's be real. Madison said, I love you first to Brandon. But it was unfair for Brandon. If you didn't feel this way from Madison, you should have never said it back.
Right.
But I think he was in that weird, uncomfortable space. But it was just so shady. Bro, you're at a party. Your girlfriend is there. Super sweet. We all love Madison. She's a great girlfriend. And you're flirting with Canvas, a.k.a. Fifi Dobson. Canvas, which I love you, by the way, but you do look like Fifi Dobson, who I also really love.
Yeah.
I grew up on Fifi Dobson, so don't take this as a diss, but it was just super disrespectful
Right.
of Brandon because, like Canvas said, Madison and Canvas are not in a relationship. Madison is in a relationship with Brandon, and it was just super disrespectful of Brandon.
Yeah. Get you a friend like Tariq, though, because I appreciate,
The realness.
yeah, because he was just like, listen, I'm peeping what you're doing. I'm just going to let you know it's not cute.
Love
And if you want to go, let's go.
Well, and I kind of feel like we need that friend that when you're not, because I will not vocally start anything. I will be the person that will just let the issue happen and not really cause drama to it, because if it's supposed to play out, it'll play out how it's supposed to play out. So I don't like to put myself in the fire, but sometimes you need a friend that's going to stop it for you.
Yes.
He kind of wanted to stop it before it's ahead, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
I feel like I was looking on Twitter and a lot of people were saying that it was as if he was desperate for airtime, but I thought it was just
I don't think so.
I thought it was just him looking out for his friend.
But I was shocked, though, because I thought he was going to pull Brandon aside, man to
Right.
man. But he pulled Canvas aside. So it was a little, I
That's
get what he
true.
was doing, girl, I see you. But I kind of wanted him to pull Brandon aside and be like, bro, that's my best friend. You need to man up and chill out.
Yeah.
I don't think he was just trying to get camera time. I think he's a real friend that was like, girl,
Right.
if my friend's not going to snatch you, I will snatch you.
Yeah.
Right.
Tread lightly.
I think if he actually was trying to get camera time, he could have made that a lot messier than he did. And I
Right.
think he came correct with it. I don't think he was coming at it petty or anything. He was just like, listen, this is the situation, respect it. He could have been like, bitch, like,
Right.
you know, like,
Pushed her right in the pool.
yeah, like, but
Yeah.
he didn't. So.
Yeah, but it is good that, I mean, I'm loving to see all the friendships start to really form, because the first season we were seeing everybody kind of in their separate paths and how they came together as a group, but now we're seeing the groups really divide themselves and figure out who are the true friends, who are the drama starters, who's all this, and it's just crazy. But sticking with the Brandon and Madison situation, I just think she really takes every situation so eloquently and knows how to like look at it at an outsider's perspective and really just kind of assess the situation.
Yeah.
And just like she did with her career, who has not been there before when you get out of college? All of us have. It is the most stressful, crazy, unsure, whatever feelings you could possibly feel in one summer leading up to getting your first job. That's just, it's unfathomable, the thoughts that you go through.
Terrifying.
I don't know anyone who hasn't like graduated from college and then immediately been like, should I have done that major? Like, I remember calling my mom and being like, I think I messed up, and she's like, "You've wanted to do this your entire life." I'm like, I know, but like,
literally 1
should've
week
been an
out, you're
accountant.
scared.
Right?
You're like, you move back home and you're unsure because, you know, when you're in school, they really don't teach you these things. Like, you're about to be an adult and you're about to adult and live this life. So I think you definitely get scared. So I was here with Madison. I'm like, girl, I feel you. We were all there.
Right.
But I love her because she's such a logical thinker.
Right.
To me, she's one of the most sane people on the show, and she thinks about everything. And that's why I like her, because I'm the same way. Like, I'm not a jealous type of girl, so I would have been the Madison, like, okay, I'll figure this out. I'm not going to put on a show to make Candace happy, or, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to embarrass myself. We'll deal with this later, because I'm not jealous.
Yeah.
But Brandon needed to be called out.
Right. But I do like that she mentioned when he couldn't come over, and she was clearly kind of upset about that, which I think we all would be upset when you're excited to show someone your new apartment. And Paige, her sister, mentioned that Brandon wasn't there to help move her in.
A lot of it.
Which,
it's crazy because they're like, you keep making excuses for him.
Right.
And I'm like, I think she's just a good girlfriend who's just trying to find the good in him, because here's the kid who's like, I've never had a girlfriend before. You're like one of the first. And so I think she wants to see the good in Brandon. But, you know, as the sister, she's like, girl, he wasn't here to even help you move in. Like, what's happening?
Because I feel like Brandon's kind of all over the place, and I think she sees potential in him, and so like she sees him trying to actually go after what he wants, and so she's like, I'm gonna aid that. I'm not gonna like downplay it, and like kudos to her, because I think that's hard, especially when like you have this degree and you're like, you know, relatively have your ish together a lot more than your boyfriend, for you to be so supportive and stuff. Like, that's really impressive, and I hope you peep that, Brandon.
She's a good one. She's a real one.
She's a
great.
keeper.
And Alex always realizes that, because Madison is the girlfriend where that's like, damn, you don't want to lose a girl like that, because she comes from a great family. She has morals. She has values. She's a great friend. She's a good girl.
Yeah.
Well, and when
I like Madison.
I love her, because even when I was watching the first season, I could really relate to her and understand where she's coming from, and she's super rational about everything that she does. And she has been so good at, she had the one slip up with Alex in the very beginning, like the first 2 episodes, I think, when she cried and she was like, why does he always do this to me? And then you made like a cognitive decision to realize, I'm not going to go back to him. And I love that she didn't go back to him afterwards, and she stuck her grounds, and then she found Brandon, and everything's peachy keen so far.
Madison.
But
so far,
we got to talk about the confrontation with Candace.
I live
everything.
Loved this, but I don't agree. Okay, we can talk about this.
Yeah.
Do you agree with what Candace was saying or with what Madison was saying?
I agree with both what they both were saying.
I think there's truth to both.
Explain.
So I've been to both. For Candace's side, I agree with Candace. Like, she's like, I don't know any of you people. I do not owe my loyalty to anyone, because she's right. I'm not in a relationship with him, with you. You're in a relationship with him, and he's not showing me. The actions he's showing me is very disrespectful, and I'm going to go along with it. So I feel her on that end. But as the older version of me, I'm a little bit older now, and I see, you know, it's more about the respect. You're now in this circle. You're not an outsider. You're not like the girl that he met in Miami, and you never met the girlfriend. You're in the circle. You work with Chloe, who's a friend. You're hanging out with Kelsey. You're in my face flirting with my boyfriend. Now, yes, you don't owe me anything, but I'm going to take care of my boyfriend. But as a girl code, don't do that, because then don't be surprised when I come up to you and snatch you.
Yeah,
that's how I felt.
I think out of being respectful and trying to join a friend group like this, you don't mess with someone's boyfriend.
You can't do that.
And I mean, because I'm more of, I would like to have long-lasting friends than just one like little fling or whatever it may be, and I would want to get to know each other first. I understand what Canvas is saying, because sometimes when you're in the moment, you kind of are just like, I don't care. I like this guy. I'm going to go after it. And that's definitely a different personality than some people or than most. Like, some people don't go after what they want. So it's totally different. But at the same time, I think had Madison not gone up to her at all, okay, then you still you don't know Madison. You don't really never had a conversation. But the fact that Madison went up to her and talked to her and said, please, out of respect for me, please respect our boundaries. Yeah. And I thought it was it wasn't cool how she wasn't respecting her with that confrontation. Because that's when you realize, all right, cool. Right. Now that I've talked to the girlfriend, it makes it even grainier. It makes it grainier to go into it, because then... Now
after that, you just look like...
A homewrecker.
But to be fair, we don't know. She could have stopped. We haven't seen anything yet. So.
We don't know the way editing is set up. But I do say, like, right after, if you do anything after I approach you, then it's just it's
right. It's on you.
It's no rules. Now it's like, either I'm gonna approach you again, because you're trying to be friends with my friends.
Right.
Like I said, it's different. Not that it's different. Not that it's okay that whatever. Because sometimes you'll meet a guy and he doesn't really tell you the truth. But you're in my circle now. Like, you're with my peeps, so you can't do that. Yeah. And then be like, well, I mean, no, it doesn't work like that, Canvas.
Right. This is my issue with Canvas, though, because when Madison came up, she said, like, Brandon and I are seeing each other, and she's like, I heard things. Like, no, people very clearly told you.
Literally five people.
And if you're gonna be Little Miss, like, bad bitch, then you need to own up to it. Like, you need to be like, yeah, I know. And so your point. But, like, no, you weren't like that. But I do really appreciate that Madison, because Madison could have, like, accepted when Canvas was like, okay, but I'm, like, not going to stop. Like, Madison very easily could have been like, and just walked away from the situation. But Madison let her know real quick, I will check you if you don't, like, I'm not the one.
Right. Step off.
Step off.
Step off.
I'm not that white girl. Like, I will check you.
I'm 6 feet tall. I will lunge you across this room.
And I love it. Good for you.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for her to, like, see her sticking up for herself and something that because all her friends are like, you need to be there. You need to stick up for him. Or not stick up for him, but, like, stick up for your relationship kind of thing. But, I mean, the thing about this show that we love so much is that we really don't know what's going on. And that's why, like, when we have these conversations... When we're watching the show, we have all these questions going on, right? Okay, so, like, if Canvas and them had this conversation, but, like, what's it really like? Like, maybe she doesn't even care about Brandon from Adam. It's just the way things are getting, like, skewed. So we don't know, but that's what makes the show so
great. So much drama.
Yeah, but something that Madison did behind Brandon's back was the whole Alex situation. Okay, so... For me, I personally didn't see it as an issue. When I saw her go to Alex's house to take him a smoothie or what was it, Slurpee? Yeah. I personally didn't get any weird icky vibes where you have a pit in your stomach like, oh no, they're gonna get in trouble. Yeah. I feel like I see strictly friend vibes
because they established that friendship. Where if it was Juliet, it's a little different because Juliet is still attached to Alex, right? And it's still chemistry. It's still a sexual vibe. Whereas Madison and Alex, she kind of friend zoned him when they were on that beach and he was like, I'm madly in love with you today. Right. And she's like, no, stop. And she's been helping him with the gala. She grew up with him. She knows the family. So I didn't see that as anything wrong. Same. I didn't get that vibe. I totally forgot. I was like, oh, that's just the homie.
Exactly. Right. No, that's exactly what I thought. But it was just funny. Poor Polly.
Yo, Polly?
Oops, was I not supposed to say
Polly
knew. Chloe. I don't care what anybody. Polly, exactly. Polly was getting that camera time. He went MIA after getting his little arrest, and he's like, let me get on this camera real quick.
He's like, it was so nice of you to go to Alex's house.
The way he spelled it was really funny. I was like, we all were like, what?
See, like, at least, like, when Chloe spills, like, the tea of the drama, like, she has substance. She comes with facts, and she tells the truth. Polly's like, oh, that was so nice of you to go to Alex's house. Oh, wait, Garrett didn't know. I mean, Brandon didn't know. Sorry.
Polly was like, it literally felt like the producers handed him a sheet of paper that said that, and then they're like, all right, take one. And Polly was like, oh. It was so nice. I was like, shut up.
Yeah, there are those moments where you're like, wait a second, this was a question. They were like, let's go. Hurry, this question now. Yeah,
Oh,
but
that Pauly.
oh, Polly.
Ugh, Polly.
Oh man. But spilling tea and everything that is good is Chloe. I love Chloe.
her.
Chloe!
I am so in love with Chloe. I think she's awesome. And obviously we know she's the one that is given all the questions to get all of the tea spilled from everybody. We know that.
That girl, my girl's gonna get an executive producer credit.
Yeah.
I see it in 2
She's the
seasons
LC.
coming. She is the LC. And you're right, like, because she is that person in the middle, the producers are, I think, going to her for those questions, and they are saying, Chloe, we need you to like talk about this a little bit more and have them open up.
But since we didn't have a season 1, we didn't get to talk about season 1. What I would like to say is I feel personally that she always gets the bad end of the stick.
Absolutely.
Really quick, we got to talk about how I just feel as if she's always getting either made fun of for no apparent reason. And I need to give you a quick shout out. She's gorgeous.
A beautiful
So
girl.
pretty.
Like,
her confidence level is amazing. She looks amazing.
Right.
She has the best clothes.
And I want her to be my best friend.
I love Chloe. I love the way she talks. I love her vibe. She's honest. She will stir the pot a little bit, but she comes with the facts and she keeps it 100.
Right. Well, from what we're seeing too.
From what we see, we don't know.
See, guys.
Like, we literally don't know any of these people, but from what we see, we're team everyone. But Chloe, I love her.
But mainly Team Chloe. Let's not play.
Right. But you're absolutely right. I feel like she does get the short end of the stick, and I feel like she's made fun of. She's bullied. They said she had all these anger issues, but I'm like, I feel like she's the most logical person.
That was my no. Go ahead.
If you listen, this had me so mad. If I like a dude and you're my best friend and you know that I like that guy and that he's kind of feeling me and you decide to go pursue him and get all thoughty on it, I'm going to feel some type of way. And then for you to turn around and punch me in the face and break my nose to where I have to have surgery and then somehow I have the anger, you're going to see an anger issue after that.
Amanda's like, how dare you question me?
Well, this is what blows my mind, and I think that's what makes me think about so much what happens behind the scenes, because I just can't imagine, from what we saw in the pictures, that seemed crazy to me. Like, the way that she had to get surgery, I just don't understand what she could have said that make someone that angry.
And her face, like, I know she was punched a few times, but that looked like two dudes were beating up on her face.
It was scary, but... I mean, like we say, we don't know what's going on behind, but from what we see, I mean, I feel bad. Like, I just don't feel like it's fair sometimes the way that she's treated. But
and the fact that she always has to remove herself because and I feel like people don't really like her girls kind of. I know this is edited, so I don't know. So I'm not throwing shade at the girls, but sometimes I'm like, ladies, are we gonna speak up for our friend? Like, and Madison will, but the other girls will kind of just kick back, like when Polly was making the fat jokes. Yeah, I'm like, wait, no.
Because if that was my friend, I'd be like, boy, we're not gonna play this right now.
Right, because at the 4th of July when she walked out, I would have walked out. No one chased after her, but then again, I don't know.
We
if
don't know how
don't.
to edit it right. We're like,
they're probably like, don't chase after her. She probably like had a secret other party she was gonna go to.
The producer was like, she had to go change. You guys stay right here.
She's like, she's got another party to go to.
Don't worry about She's fine. It's fine.
What I love about Chloe, she's the only one that we've seen on the show actively try to grow as a person.
Right.
Yes, I'm proud of her. Like, you know what's funny? I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
When Polly and Chloe had that talk, I assumed that Polly was the more like logical person and not saying things wrong with him, but now that the show's going on, I'm like, wait a minute, you were coming for Chloe, but in all actuality, bro, you have to get it together. Yeah. And he's trying to get through it, but I'm like, Chloe's the one who's actually growing and she's learning.
Who takes pictures of someone?
Oh
your
God,
friend, like I can't get into it because I'll get so angry.
That made me so disgusted that someone would do that.
That's are we in middle school?
A child.
It's
Pauly,
terrible.
Come on.
You're better than that.
You're better than this.
Yeah.
I was rooting for you.
I'm rooting for everybody on this show. But speaking of people that we don't really know who to root for in this situation, but do we? I'm not sure. Is the whole love triangle between Juliet, Garrett, and Kelsey. Well, I guess it's more like a square now.
Yeah.
Because you've got Juliet and Kelsey, and we've got Alex and Garrett. And
I'm rooting for Garrett.
We root for Garrett.
Garrett's hot.
The human equivalent of a Labrador.
He's the innocent bystander in all this because it all started when he was in love with Kelsey, and Kelsey wanted to go off with Alex, and then Juliet. It was just like he's the last man standing. I feel bad for Garrett.
So do you guys think that Juliet got with Garrett out of spite, or do you think she actually likes him?
I think she started out of spite and maybe got feelings for him because, I mean, I look at him. It would be hard not to catch feelings.
Yeah, that was totally out of spite, but I think she did grow to like him. And, you know, Juliet likes hard. And unfortunately, everyone is so close. And this is a circle where we've all dated each other. And the way it started was you went after him because Kelsey was going after your ex, Alex, who you're still madly in love with. It's just the square, those four, I mean.
Yeah.
It's so confusing.
It's too much.
I know there's so much to even process that you don't even know where to begin or like how to go back from it because it's so crazy.
So you have to draw a diagram.
Yeah,
you're like, wait.
So this is how they like each other. Now they're going back. Kelsey and them. Yeah. So let's start with Juliet. So she was mad and left the party when Garrett and Kelsey were talking. And the whole issue is that Kelsey stayed over at Garrett's house the night after the bar of Polly's. Blah.
Polly's
spoken word.
Poor spoken word. Poor Polly.
So this is my thing. I don't think anything happened. I think Garrett is very respectful to where he would never have done anything to jeopardize, like, he has enough respect for for Juliet that he wouldn't do anything to do that. But I think he did want to have that conversation with Kelsey. But they probably realized, oh, there's probably been a couple of drinks that night. It's probably not the best time to talk. And it was probably just smarter just to stay at the house.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I feel like I understand putting into question Kelsey's motives because of things she's done. So I get that. But Garrett literally has not given a single
Such a nice guy.
reason for you to feel some type of way. And that's like where I have a hard time wrapping my head around where she's coming from because like I get not trusting Kelsey, but like Garrett's literally done nothing at all to like make you feel some type of way. And I get that you've been like scorned by Alex, but again, this isn't Alex, this is Garrett.
Right.
Yeah, my issue with Juliet is when they sat on the beach and he says to her, like, you know, I just broke up with Kelsey. I don't know if this is like a thing. She kind of kept forcing it, and it was just to be spiteful.
Yeah.
And my thing is, you jumped in a relationship with a man who just broke up with his girlfriend 3 months ago. He's still in love with this girl. And you kind of forced it on him a little bit. So they still need that closure. Right. And I get it is weird.
But see, I don't think she forced it on him. And this is what was weird when that conversation happened on the beach. For me, I felt like they were just going to go their separate ways.
Same.
So I was kind of shocked when I saw the season come back around that they were together still.
Yeah, I thought they weren't going to be together.
Right, because I thought that she was like, for me, it didn't seem like she was forcing anything. So I feel like he might have came to her and was like, actually, like, I want this to happen.
Right.
But I don't know. So confusing because I don't know what to think is real or what's not.
But like Drew said, like Garrett seems so far like a nice guy. So, but I understand why she's upset because of the whole Kelsey and Alex situation.
Yeah.
So I get why her guard is up. It's like she's seeing red. She sees red when she sees Kelsey.
I will say though, even after the altercation, which we can talk about whenever, but when Garrett's comforting Kelsey, he still even is like, I need to go talk to Juliet.
Right. He's such a nice guy.
And I just feel like if you're like, I wonder if Juliet was watching that tonight and was like, dang, like
Garrett. I mean, there's 3 lovely ladies here. We find you very hot and attractive. We appreciate your love. Like you're a loyal guy.
I think you and Chloe should be a thing. I'm just throwing that out
Chloe
there.
and Garrett should be a thing. But if you don't want Chloe, we have 3 beautiful ladies here.
I think I feel too old for you, but.
No, but you're right. He's such a loyal guy. He's such a good guy. He's a good friend where he still was looking for Juliet.
Yeah.
Like, let me make sure she's good.
Okay.
That's a solid dude.
That's true. Wait, I do have a question for you guys though. Maybe I misread this. I'm jumping back an episode because we are an episode behind. They were at breakfast. It was Hannah, her boyfriend, Juliet, and Garrett.
Yeah.
He had an opportunity. But I guess that wasn't the right time, right?
Because I get the couple was there.
Right. You don't do that.
You don't do that with them there.
Right. That's okay. That makes sense. Yeah, you're right. That would have been totally bad time.
I was gonna say they're Team Juliet. You don't want to go into a situation.
Right, and that's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like not at breakfast.
Be like, hi, I just met you. We need to talk.
Right.
Hey guys, so by the way.
Right. Kelsey stayed at my house last night. Totally. Sorry. That was totally I shouldn't
but you're right though, because he had another opportunity to tell her after breakfast when they left. He could have been like, I need to talk to you about something.
But then again, I can understand where he's coming from just from the pure fact of, okay, when you like someone and you don't want to mess anything up and you feel like, oh crap, this clearly you almost overthink something in your head because you think, all right, if I tell her, she's going to be super upset, but if I don't tell her, I'm going to get in trouble. So you're having these two negatives fight in your brain as to what's the right thing to do.
It's like a lose-lose.
Right. And so I think he probably was just going to feel it out for a couple more days, and then it kind of...
Not with Chloe on Snapchat.
Right. Literally. And it's just kind of like the whole Kelsey situation. But it's crazy how this is coming full circle because Juliet told Garrett about Kelsey kissing Alex, and now we have... Well, Chloe kind of telling and spilling Kelsey's tea about too.
It's just so much tea spillage, so much drama.
I just want to say though that I feel like it's really weird that Juliet goes to Amanda of all people for advice, because I just feel like obviously we see she does try to put the pause, but like Amanda's not someone I would like.
And that's my beef with Juliet. We were talking about this earlier when I say I don't feel sympathy for her at this moment, because when Chloe was punched in the nose. She wasn't defending Chloe, and this is supposed to be your so-called friend, but you were kind of riding along with Amanda like, well, she did kind of deserve it, and that's what a friend would have been like, yo, you guys are both wrong in this situation. Kind of what Pauly did. Pauly was like, this was crazy. She shouldn't have did it, but you should own up to your responsibility and take
accountability for your actions.
So that's why I was like, Juliet, did you forget that Chloe was also your friend? So it was
like
weird that she went to Amanda.
It looked like. I feel like Juliet just likes yes men and yes women. Like she doesn't. I don't think she wants friends who have accountability with her. Like she just.
I want Juliet to win, but
I do. Because I like her.
I like her.
I like that she's so like upfront about stuff, but like, she's going through it right now.
She just sees Alex.
Well, this episode was just like so crazy with the back and forth. But I feel like when she was talking with Amanda, I felt like Amanda was basically saying like, why are you staying with him? That's how I felt what she was trying to get out of him, because it seems like they're almost forcing the situation to happen. Like Garrett and Juliet, I feel like want to make this happen so bad, but it's just not working out.
They're trying to make fetch happen, and it's not going to happen.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I just feel like usually what we've learned is that if you have to fight for a man, like you just need to walk away.
You gotta let it go. Let it go. He still apparently hasn't had that closure with his ex. It's still too new. I say let it go. Because it's just too much. Like, you're worried. Like, every time he talks to Kelsey, you're getting nervous. Same thing with the Alex situation when she was in the Bahamas. I felt bad for her when she was in the Bahamas. I'm like, oh, girl. Like, because I feel like we've all been in that situation.
Oh, totally.
You know? So it's like, I don't want her to be in another situation where it's something to do with Kelsey. Because she's always looking over her shoulder.
Well, that's kind of... I feel like I could totally... like, kind of understand where she was coming from and feeling really sad and insecure tonight in the episode. But no, it is never right to throw a punch at anybody. Like, I have, like, a huge, like, do not touch another human being. That's just, like, it's not a cool thing.
I felt her frustration, but you do not
like
touch. What was the point of you doing that?
Yeah, but for the sake of reality TV, if you are going to fight, make it a good fight. Like, that was so boring.
Make sure the camera can come around.
That's what I'm saying. Know your angles.
We rewound it because we heard a glass shatter.
Yeah,
we're like, what's going on?
I was like, we had to grabbing Kelsey's necklace. I'm like, whoa, ladies.
Right, well, because we didn't see, because Kelsey kept saying, she tried to punch me, she tried to punch me, but we didn't see the actual, like, arm go.
Yeah.
So we tried, like, but, like, it just looks like there was a glass that shattered and a grab that happened. So, like, we don't really know what was going on there.
So hands were on bodies, and you should not put your hands on people.
Yeah.
But I get her frustration, but still, don't physically fight.
Yeah, definitely not. But, I mean, I don't know. I mean... It was just, there's so much back and forth with, like, Juliet going down to the boat with Alex and then coming back up and then going down to the boat. So that's when I was kind of like, wait a second, is this, how did this actually play out?
Yeah. It's weird because I feel like most of them do the whole tit for tat thing. Like, well, you were talking to this person, so I talked to that person. Well, you went this way, so I did it. And it's like, as adults and we're in a relationship, why can't you just talk to your spouse and be like, look, I didn't appreciate, kind of like what Madison and Brandon did on the beach. Like, look, you know, I didn't appreciate that. But everyone else does this tit for tat thing. Like, you were talking to Kelsey, so I went to talk to Alex. No, that's not how this works.
Right.
I have to remind myself that they're only like 21, 22.
That's another thing.
Right.
Because I get so frustrated. I'm like, but you're kind of you were kind of a dummy when you were 21.
Oh,
so
man.
Oh, gosh.
Let me know.
Oh, I can relate to every single one of them.
Yeah. Literally, I think that's why the show's so good, because you have been in each of their shoes in each of those scenarios in different parts of your life.
Yes.
And
even Pauly's. I've been there.
Right, like everybody can relate with a different character, and it's so good because you relate it back to your friends and you think, oh crap, like I remember going through that. But I don't know. I just wanted to say that in her defense, when you are drunk and you hear people talking about you, it overtakes your brain and you're just like, oh, you start overthinking everything and it becomes this huge thing.
And she's already paranoid, and then to have people who you look at as your friends and you're now assuming like, oh, now it's just me against them. And because when she goes to Alex, she's like, oh, they all hate me.
And then of course he's like, yeah, they do.
Yeah, Alex is an instigator.
Alex is.
He's like, you hear their hearts, like they hate
Alex.
But what I will say is, one, I'm glad Alex showed up to the party.
Yes, me too.
And two, I did appreciate he tried to talk it out and be like, guys, listen, we're all here. Let's stop. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, it's hard to take him seriously, but like
with his mouth shut.
But like, I don't know. I felt like he was trying to do the good thing, and then that's when things just went crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Right?
And I think because like they're drinking, you know, Chloe's still mad at Alex a little bit. Kelsey still feels some way to her. It's like so much emotions are built up in drinking. But he did. I mean, first of all, he showed up to Chloe's party, and he already knew that they weren't on good terms.
Yeah, right.
So I think he wanted to make it right. But you know, I commend him for going up and be like, all right, guys, let's just chill out. And but I think the girls were just so emotional. Chloe's like, I don't care. Move. And he's like, well, I tried.
I need like Juliet, Kelsey, and man, whoever's been with Alex, like if you're watching, I need you to come on the show because I legitimately want to know what it is about Alex.
Alex has the golden ticket.
Because like watching him flirt, if you even want to call that, with these girls, he does not say anything that is like swoon worthy. He literally looked at Juliet and was like, you look good. And then she said thank you. He was like, I came here because I like thought you were coming, and like,
Alex is the man. He doesn't have to say anything.
He doesn't.
No, I totally agree with you. When I was watching the first season, I'm thinking, I want to know what is his. He must have this like alluring personality or something that like you just like is irresistible.
The fact that he can get Kelsey to get up out that hot tub and go upstairs after the gala and Garrett's at home crying. I'm like, wait, there's something about Alex. I don't know if he has like the magic.
Yeah, like Alex, if you ever watch this, we want to know. We will have
Alex,
you either in the studio, on Skype. We want to know what it is that you have that's irresistible to women.
I will say though,
work your charm. I want to fall for it.
I fell for it a little bit though because when I was watching, I was like, oh God, Alex is so stupid. He's a stupid boy. But as it kept going, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm falling into the Alex trap. And then Alex kind of talks like Pauly Shore. So he has this whole like thing about him, and he talks really slow, and I don't know, and he has like nice qualities about him.
Is he?
I'm falling for it. God damn it!
I rebuke it. I'm not doing it.
Stay away.
But
Kia likes Alex.
I'm like, you guys, he's so nice. Come on.
You have fallen for the trap. It's literally like it's open. It's like a trap door. All of a sudden you fall in. You don't know how you got there, but like
you don't like it, but you end up there. I don't know how to get out of the trap. Guys, save me.
My big ass will not fit into the trap. I'm not doing it. You can't have
the
me.
Alex trap. Please, someone get me out.
I think it's like if I could guess what it is, I feel like. You know how, like, there's always that one kind of, like, jockey, like, D-baggy type of guy that, like, he annoys you at the same time, like, he makes you laugh and you're kind of intrigued by it. I feel like that's Alex. Like, I don't think he's a bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's, like, probably a fun friend, but, like, from the boyfriend point of view, like, there's just nothing. Like, I just think he's very young and he's playing, but he doesn't, like, which is cool, but, like, be upfront about, like, oh, I'm just, like, messing around right now. And I think he knows that these girls don't want to play around, so he like is just saying it because
Alex is
Well,
crazy.
you know what's crazy is that when I was when you're watching, you can tell when he's into somebody and when he's not.
Yes,
it's just like Ari on The Bachelor.
Like
you literally can read it all over.
He's talking to Kelsey. I'm like, okay, he's so not into this poor girl. Like you've wasted her time.
I could
Alex.
tell as soon as like the beginning, first half of the first season, you could so tell that he was into her, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, Kelsey.
It's like he got what he wanted, and he was like, oh,
that makes me so mad.
With Alex, this is the thing about Alex. Alex doesn't know what he wants. I feel like when Alex is bored, he literally wakes up on Monday. He's like, Monday, Madison.
Yeah.
Tuesday, like,
Juliet.
like, for real though. Like, Wednesday, Kelsey. Like, it's one of those things where, like, the girl's not paying me any attention, so he wants what he can't have.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what aggravates me about Alex sometimes. Yeah. God, I'm falling
It's very true. Because Kelsey, he wanted Kelsey because Kelsey was off limits with Garrett.
Yes.
He realized that he needed to try to holler back at Madison because of Brandon. And then Juliet, he really started taking interest in Juliet again when she was with Garrett. Like, you're a chaser.
Oh, no.
Alex, we know you, Alex.
We know your game.
We know your game. He likes the girls that he can't
Which, like,
have.
it's not. I'm not like, the player life isn't necessarily a bad thing. Just be upfront about it. Like,
I think he is. He invites them all to the same party, and they all come.
He's passive. Yeah,
they all
he's upfront.
know.
He's passive aggressively upfront, but he's really upfront. He's like, well, I mean,
right.
He did FaceTime Julian and was like, I'm gonna take Kelsey out.
Yeah, right. He does this thing where he says just enough to let you know that, like, he's doing some
Help me, guys.
D-bag type stuff. But, like, it's not enough for you to want to completely close the door. Like, he gives you just he gives these girls just the slightest sliver of hope. Or, like, even kind of sets it up to, like, this girl's really piquing my interest, but there's a possibility that you could surpass that and get my interest again.
And they're like, really?
Yeah.
And, like, I almost want to condone him because it's like, you're so slick. Like,
he's the man.
Yeah.
You got me, Alex.
But the girl in me, the feminist in me, wants to be like, no.
I want to fight him.
Stop it. Post up.
But it's crazy because I do believe him when he does like a girl at the time being.
Yeah.
I think I like convinced. I'm like, oh, this is it.
Because he goes extra hard.
Yeah,
he did not care that Kelsey was with Garrett. He's like, well, anyway, so you want to come to like the Bahamas?
Right.
Whoa, bro. Disrespectful.
Well,
but
something I will say too about the show, what I think makes it so good, is no matter what drama they're in or what scenarios happening or crazy stuff that's going down or who said, he said, she said, they always tell the truth.
Always.
There's no
it's
lies.
Wild.
There are no lies on the show.
Except for maybe Kelsey.
Besides Kelsey.
Yeah.
But she's new.
Yeah. She didn't know
like,
the gig yet.
But also it eventually came out.
Yes.
But yeah, that one, but it was only the one lie about the night after the gala.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other than that, everything else has been like super upfront and truthful. Like when someone confronts someone, it's not like a go around.
Yeah, I respect that.
Merry-go-round. It's all out there.
And that's why I think I really like Chloe the most, because you'll confront her. She's like, yeah, I did say that because it's stupid and it's horrible and you should have never done that.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa, they're really upfront on this show.
Yeah.
Like, it's not one of those, like, they go around and they talk behind each other's back, which they do, but they're really upfront, like, well, did you? And Kelsey's like, well, yeah, I did hook up with him. Wow.
Right.
You guys are really honest.
Like,
I respect that.
That was said.
Yeah. And then they're like, okay, and then
Let's
we
go
move
party.
on. Right.
Let's go to the tiki bar.
Right.
And call it a day.
Which, man, the tiki bar. I think you said Chloe tweeted and was like, I'm sure my boss won't be letting me have any more parties.
We were reading their tweets, which were pretty awesome because this was like happening live as they're watching it. So Chloe tweeted, she's like, yes, we were a little aggressive, but it needed to be said. And she's like, my boss will never let us throw a party there ever again. And she did say she was drinking. But one tweet that really got my attention was Juliet's tweet. And she's like, guys, I'm the new Heidi of this season.
What does that mean? Okay, so this is what I'm thinking that tweet means, is that she's being pinned to be a villain. That's what I think her take on that is.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
The new Heidi, I think, see, I'm not going to talk in my producer brain because I'm going to turn that off.
I feel that.
Because as a producer, I know how these shows are set up. So, and I work in reality, so I'm going to turn that off and talk in my host brain.
Yes.
I think what she's saying is, I do agree with you. I think, the producer brain wants to say something really bad.
Just do it.
Okay, here's the thing. With a reality show with the Hills, the producers went up to people like Heidi and Spencer and was like, and a lot of characters on the shows, they go up to them and it's like, hey, we like you guys are cool, but we would love you guys to play this angle. They pay you a certain amount of money and either you agree to do it or not. I'm not sure if that's what happened with Juliet. If they came to her and was like, hey, you're awesome, but we would love to take this spin with your character a little, go this way, and you could be the new Heidi, Alex can be the new Spencer. That's how I think it was approached.
Crazy, but it's like it's also funny because I was talking to you guys about this earlier. Is that how we have social media so affluent now, to where we can see who's commenting on whose posts, who's liking what picture, and it makes your brain go crazy because you're thinking, wait, so are they friends? Are they not friends? Do they hate each other? Right, like what's going on?
Chloe and Julia are friends.
That's
for
right. But I also do think because she feels like everyone's against her, because that's how Heidi felt at the beginning.
Right.
Like it was like LC and everyone else. I think she feels like, wait, now they're all against me. This isn't fair. Now I'm alone by myself. That's why I think she means like I'm the new Heidi. Because Heidi was the victim.
Yeah.
Right.
And Spencer, who's like the Alex, was like, oh, they don't like you. They don't love you. They F those girls.
Yeah.
That's
I
see what you're doing, Siesta Key.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that.
I think she's okay with it because she's getting out. I mean, it's looking like she's getting Alex in the long run, which is kind of what the Heidi Spencer thing was like,
She's getting her man.
Spencer kind of made Heidi alienate herself from everyone, and then I mean they're still together, so I guess it works.
Yeah, baby, living happily ever after. But I feel like that's what's gonna happen is she's gonna be alienated. She's not gonna have her girls because you see they kind of ganged up on her, and now she and Alex will be pushed to the side.
But she also does have her own group of friends.
She does. I'm like, where are these girls at?
But where were they? I guess I don't know, but. I don't know, guys. We got to wrap up because we're running out of time.
It's so
but
good.
Really quick, I want to get into some quick predictions because this is going to be super fun this season to figure out who ends up with who.
Yes.
Let's do
Your
it.
AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Okay, Kia, really quick prediction.
Okay, Drew said it earlier, but I predict, and I would love to see Chloe and Garrett as a couple. Bam!
Oh!
Or at least some flirtation there.
Okay,
Yes.
Drew.
I think this is not the end of the Canvas Madison Brandon sitch, and I think Madison's gonna have to actually check Canvas.
Oh.
I don't think it's gonna get physical, but I do think we're gonna get to see Madison pop off like that again, which I kind of hope so because I really liked her popping off.
Love Madison.
Wait, really quick too, I wanted to say that Carson, love him.
Carson!
Love him. I literally want only great things for Carson. All I wrote down for him was great guy. Great guy.
Another voice of reason.
Yes, even though they're seen in the previews for next episode, I just think that Garrett and Kelsey have like the undeniable thing. They're gonna find each other back to each other. So I think that's gonna happen soon. But ladies,
This is crazy.
such a great show. Honestly, one of my favorites. It's going to be more fun every week with all the drama. And make sure that you tune in every Monday at 9 p.m. live on AfterBuzz TV. This was just a one-time thing at 10 p.m. But ladies, why don't you tell them where they can find you on social media?
You guys can find me looking for Alex on all social media at Kiki Boom Boom.
And you can find me avoiding Polly on I'm sorry, Polly. I'm sure you're a nice guy. Maybe. You can find me on all the things at OKJJ.
And hey guys, again, Ally Nasta here. Find me on Twitter at Ally Nasta and on Instagram at Ally Girl. And follow AfterBuzz TV on all AfterBuzz TV platforms. And make sure to comment, subscribe, and tweet us. We want to hear your thoughts. See you next week.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.